Well, we are still on with the point exceptionally. Today, we had two guests for this edition of the program. So this time around, we are going to be talking with Nnabi Valery Ekwele. He is a former separatist who has been in, I don't know what is called, the struggle for some time now. He opted out of it, so we thought that we should discuss with him. Let him tell us what the reasons for his resignation from the struggle and what he intends to do with his life. As we speak, Mr. Nnabi Valery Ekwele, a former separatist. Good evening and welcome to the point.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Leonard. Well, I want to first of all thank the management of my Media Prime for having invited me here to relate to my people, as people of Southern Cameroon, and to Cameroonians at large. The war situation that is going on in the Anglophone regions, to the best of my knowledge. My name is Nnabi Valery Ekwele. I'm a banker by profession.
Okay.
Yeah, and a father of 3. Even though still to get married. Well, as you have said, I'll first of all relate to you how it all began. That's the first thing, before knowing maybe why I left. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
no, Nnabi Valery, how did you enter the revolutionary struggle? What was the motivating factor that led you to joining the struggle, if I may call it that way?
Okay. Well, let me begin by apologizing.
Okay.
On behalf of every ex-separatist. I'll apologize to the people of Northwest and Southwest as a whole, who are hit by the crisis. And I would like to tell them that only God can heal their wounds. Yeah, because I myself also, I was seriously affected. Like you asked how it all began, you know, I posted some pictures with some dignitaries of the administration.
Can you just, your keys, can you just put
Okay.
it present on it?
With the dignitaries of the administration, like the brigade commander of Uyuka, you have the mayor, you have the governor when he came to visit. Most of the pictures are posted on Facebook. And it seems when the struggle began, it began in Manu, came to Meme, and those generals, they got information that, and there's somebody who is working in close ties with the government, because I was also a strong member of the CPDM.
Eli, I don't know whether we can have the pictures of the CPDM, these pictures militating with the CPDM. Yes, because I was going to ask you, I've seen these pictures where, was it before or after the...
Yeah, it was before.
Okay, you were a member of the CPDM party, okay,
yes.
Who joined the struggle?
Yeah, I was a member of the CPDM party before the struggle began. Let me say before the revolution began, because it began as a strike action. From the strike action, the struggle to revolution. So I was an active ESCO member. Yeah, so I think they saw those pictures on Facebook and information got to them in Meme. There is one young man here who works with the government. And unfortunately, one evening I was surprised that they told me they want to see you in Meme. I say, who? They say General Divine. I had to go to Meme. They carried me to Meme. On reaching there, questions were asked to me. We are the ones working with the administrators and all that. Mr. Leonard, I tell you, I was seriously beaten. Severely beaten. I think I sent those pictures to you. You think you can show those pictures?
Yeah, can we have the pictures where he was beaten? Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
That's you?
Yeah, that is me. That's me. Just like, you see, the guy was beaten about last month. Ndu, the man of the guy on Ndu. The same way that guy was beaten is the same way I was beaten.
By General Divine?
Yeah, General Nambere was the one. General Divine ordered General Nambere. Another guy, 2 of them were the ones beating me. They beat me beat me on my back, beat me on my face, beat me under my legs, beat me on my chest.
For what?
We are working with the government. We are supporting the government of Cameroon. So I was just like, I almost died because they dug my grave. They said they're going to kill me. They dug my grave somewhere there. After they should go and finish with me and kill me there. So And up till now, I have a problem with my chest. I have a chest puncture. They call it, I think doctor called it chest puncture. That's affecting me today. When I breathe, I can't breathe for long. When I breathe, or when I move, I will stop for some time. Yes, and I can't do too much work. Those are some of the consequences of what happened to me. So when that happened, General Ivo of the ADF, he all came and rescued me. He came, carried me to the hospital, and he wasn't very annoyed with General Divine that bit. Why could you beat somebody until you almost killed him like this? That was the following morning. So I felt almost 1 month I could not move. I was all in the house. After that, now they wanted to begin Muyuka. They wanted to begin Muyuka. The guys who wanted to start the Amba, the fighters themselves now, they said, let us go and see this our ground. They came to me. They told me General Ivo was sending to me that I should help them, that I should work with them. So they said they want to open a camp in Muyuka, and they need somebody who will stand for them financially and all that. Well, seeing the treatment General Ivo gave me, so he gave me nice treatment. Because
that was after the beatings from General.
After the beatings from General Divine. It's when I came back until I was almost fine. I was for some time before it began in Fako, because it had also begun in Munyenge. So when it began in Muyuka, that is when they met me. I was fine. I was almost fine. I was moving. Yeah, I'd been, even though I have all the marks are still in my back, everything. So I told them, I said, okay, if it's from General Ivo, then I will do something. I had to give them some monies. I had to give them some monies that they used. They went to buy some material. They said they're going to Nigeria and all that. Normally, I'm someone who, when I involve myself into anything, just like while I was in the CPDM, I was very active. So it's the same thing when they share this view, because normally we were in for the struggle. Yes. So when they shared this view to me, I started financing, giving them small finances to see how they set up their camp. And it became like a place where when they wanted everything, they came to me. That's when you heard, they said, I am the founder of the camp in Muyuka. So normally I was working with them. They were working with me, they called me their father. I communicated also with General Ivo. At times he calls me, we communicate together. I tell him the situation of things this way. So I became so interested in it, and coupled with the fact that we also started working with some of the diasporans at that time, because they also were involved in it. And we took it that really want to defend ourselves. And I stood for it also, that I want to defend Southern Cameroonians. So, unfortunately, as I can say, we have what we call black legs, traitors. Somebody went and reported to the administration that this is the man who is the founder of those camps.
The two camps?
The Yoke and the Muyuka camp.
You are the one who funded
Yes.
them? Okay.
Them the offer, yes.
You give money?
Yeah, when they talk about founding, it's money. He sponsored the camp, because all was going on like that. Even the diaspora, they gave no franc. So most of the money was coming from me and other people. We cannot call names now. Yeah, people were funding them, people were funding, but since it all began from me, that is why they had to say I am the one who founded it.
So you were arrested or how?
Yeah, it was on the 2nd of September 2018. The Cameroon military came to kill me. They came to kill. It was very serious on that day. When they came, I was in the house with a friend who was because when I became well, I discovered that my back was still paining. So he was helping me in doing certain errands on my chest. So one unfortunate Sunday morning, 5:30, the military came. They've gotten every information and everything. They were just coming to kill whosoever is in the house. Whosoever was in the house. So when they came, they just started shooting from outside. Shot everywhere, shot everywhere. Whosoever is in the house must die. Well, I escaped. I will not tell you now how I escaped, but my other friend was sleeping with me, they killed him. They killed him. He's called Abiaderi Renzo. So when I came back, after about 2 days, I went to the bush, came back about 2 days, I left Muyuka for good. I left for good. Until today, that you see me, that is on the 3rd of March 2021, where I decided to abandon and surrender based on certain things that passed within the revolution.
Yeah, but you were taken by General Divine, beaten, malhandled. You were a militant of the CPDM. How do we explain that you are a member of the CPDM, then the separatists get you well beaten, yet you decide to join them?
Yeah, first of all, as I might tell you, well, like I told you, when I was almost killed, because General Ivo came in the morning, he looked at the situation, he felt it, he even nearly had a fight with General Divine why he could do such a thing. That you can't do this to a human being, even if he is standing for beer. You can't beat a human being up to almost the point of death like this. So at times when you find yourself into trouble, just like we say the Good Samaritan, yeah, the man who was on the way, you had some priest who passed and they forgot about him, but the Samaritan who came and saw the man who healed him, who carried him to the hospital.
Are you saying that you are not a militant of the CPDM by conviction? How could you?
I was there by conviction, but I will say something else carried me the other way. People change decisions. You understand? Something else carried me the other way. So the way he acted to be, it made me think I should be a friend to him. And through that, we communicate. And constant communication, you understand? Constant communication and relating other things, it had to make me involve myself in it.
You got yourself involved in that. But now, how were the camps run? You say you financed the opening of 2 camps in Moyuka, Yoke and Moyuka. Yes, how were the persons in the camps, how were they taken care of?
Okay, let's say, when this revolution began, the community was the one taking care of them. The community, they will come, they will ask for support. People will give freely. At that time, it's not like now that many of the boys are behaving now. Their actions are so bad that the atrocities they commit are so terrible that nobody even wants to support them again. Are the only force people to give. So at that time, people were giving freely. If you could even watch some videos of General Ivo when he marches, when he's passing in Teke, you see the way people move to the road, throw things on the way as if Jesus was moving to Jerusalem. So people were very happy at that time, the population. So the population gave freely. It's not like I was the one. I cannot fit a camp of almost 100 people now. So they will meet people will give support, people will give support. That's why I say many people gave support. I even rested. Many people gave support. Many people were giving support. But at that moment, you could not call somebody's name. Because when you call somebody's name, you know the consequences. Yes.
Now, what were you promised? What were you told before switching camps from the CPDM to join the struggle? You were told that in the next 1 month or?
No, the truth is, even though, as I told you, I was a member of the CPDM, I did not start the struggle from the revolution. I started it from the days of the strike.
Okay.
Yes, I was arrested twice. When Bancho Bibi was taken, and they took Barista Bala, they came for me in Muyuka. You can imagine that period. I was taken to Buya. But I will sit today and give I'll honor 2 people, the mayor of Muyuka and the then principal of GBHS Muyuka. That's the actual mayor and the then principal, Mr. Kome. So those are the people who came and intervened, and I was released. And I think what I'm trying to say is I became passionate about the situation of Southern Cameroonians. It affected me. It affects me. It affects everybody. So I saw that the only way I could also send my support in freeing my people from what we called colonialism is to also go for protest. So I started it even though I was in the CPD. But I saw the truth that we had the right to protest. You see, but fortunately, I protested. I was taken. I was released. And the second time I was taken again after Sisiku Ayuji Lostabe was taken. I was taken again from my house while I was going to drop my children to school. The brigade commander came with his dogs and they took me away again. So such things also motivated me, as I can see. Not just the fact that General Ivo did something bad. Also that one motivated me, and I said that we have to, as it's gone to an armed struggle that I've started, I should also lend my support to them.
Now, when you decided to engage in the creation of these camps, you say you were at the origin of the creation of 2 camps in Muyuka. Did you weigh the capacity of what you were engaging in to deliver? Did you think that you were going to get to your objectives?
Well, I can say some of us, that is one of the reasons I will tell you now that made me to take a decision to come back, because we were also very influenced by the diaspora community. You know, everything they were saying, when the struggle began, when I think the leaders were incarcerated, it was handed over to Tapang Ivo and Mark Barretta. They were controlling from that way. So, everybody, if you were here, you could testify that everybody was in for the struggle at that time. Generally, all Anglophones were marching and all that. So when he went there, we also had that zeal in us. Even those who were in the CPDM, many of them were also there. Even the day they were marched on the 22nd of September, or on the 1st of September, 1st October, many of them were there.
Many CPDM militants were there?
They were also there. I will not call names. They were also there. So many people marched. At that time, it was not a struggle for independence now. It was a struggle for the reformation of a system of Cameroon, so that Southern Cameroonians could also have a say in their own country. So some of those things also gave me a motivation. I had to find myself where I found myself.
And finally, did you get your voice?
As in?
No, you said you're fighting for Anglophones to get their voice in Cameroon, and you got into the struggle. Have you had a voice so far?
Have I had a voice?
Yes. You wanted to have...
have I attained my objective?
Yes.
No, I have not attained my objectives. Yeah, normally, when you start something, you must know the need. It's very normal, even in a race. There are people who fall on the way. There are others who abandon. So I decided to abandon. I have 3 main reasons why I abandoned.
Yes.
Yes. And if you want me to share it now, I believe that subsequently we'll be talking about the reasons, but I'll give you all the reasons now. Just break them down. The first reason is the motive of the self-proclaimed illegitimate Anglophone leaders of the diaspora. That's one of the reasons that made me to abandon. The second reason is the influence, their influence on Ground Zero fighters. That's influence on Amba boys. The negative influence of Amba boys, which I will expatiate very well, but I think if time permits. And the third reason too, the atrocious actions of Amba boys and fake Amba boys on the civilian population. Those 3 reasons made me to decline.
How soon, for how long were you in the struggle, and how soon did you discover that things were no longer going the way you thought?
Okay. Let me say, you know, when I began with them, I started working well with them. Yes, all the generals were happy. Even the general of Munyenge, the general of Ekata, they were very happy the way we were working. They came out with a council. That council was called FACO Ambazuna Defense Forces. And the day of the election, the generals elected me as a spokesperson under the supervision of General Ivo and General Divine. So they elected me as a spokesperson of FACO. So it's just to let you understand that there are certain things I started knowing by then, and even as I fled, because while I fled, I was still the spokesman of FACO, Ambassador Defense Forces. I was still working in close collaboration with them, even when I left. So in that case, I was relating with the SACOs, I was relating with the Ayabas, I was relating with the Sikus. There is nothing that concerns the armed struggle that I don't know, because I've related with all of them, every day. I even happen over my ears because of calls, phone calls. I talk with them, WhatsApp. We have things we do in WhatsApp. All of them, I have all of them with me. So I was relating with them. Even from then, It's from then the fighters even decided, because there's a council that they created a council they call Ground Zero Defense Council. You go to Facebook, you see the page. They elected me as the Secretary General of Ground Zero Defense Council. It's just to tell you how far it went. Because that council was created by me, General Efang of the ADF, the present Major General of the ADF. One general, he's in prison, AGZ, and I think one of the generals of Mountain Lions, Fako, Ikuna, they call him Shaggy, General Shaggy. Four of us created that, and all fighters were there. They had to elect me the Secretary General. So it's to let you understand that there are things I work with them. I work with all the camps and fighters on ground. That has made me to know many things. You see, like the Frenchman says, la nuit porte conseil. When certain things started happening within the revolution, I think in the night. I think as much. I think most of the times I think in the night. Why is this going this way? Why is this going this way? And when I think, I have answers. Finally, that was, I think, last month. I had to call the Commissioner of Police, Muyuka. I said, Pa, I don't have boot. I'm ready for this thing again.
What happened?
Okay. That's why I said that things have to expatiate on well. Like the first one, I'll just start giving you the first one. And let me start with the actions of when I say the motive of those leaders on the ground is that they are not fighting for independence. As portrayed to the public. I have studied all of them. And their actions have made me to know they are not fighting for independence. Okay, yeah. Many people believe, the civilians believe that they are fighting for independence. The fighters believe that they are fighting for independence. And those ones believe that because they don't know what is going on. But I know what is going on that I can start stating to you one after the other, one after the other. You analyze it and you know that, no, this man's agenda is not fighting for independence. They are fighting for their personal interest.
Yeah, but when you talk like that, many persons will say you have been bought by government now. So you're not talking from the other side of your mouth.
That is why I'm telling you that I studied the revolution. I made mention of a proverb here, like report concern. I'm somebody who, when I see something that is straight, I tell you it's straight. And people know me. If you ask me in my community, in Muyuka, they will tell you who I am. I'm very honest in whatever I do. When I join you, I'm not joining because you are the best. I was with the SACOs because I was the spokesman of FACO and Amba Defense Forces. So I was with the SACOs because Seseko had the government to SACO. So I was under automatic because at that time, I created a camp like that. Truly, none of their money was inside. The diaspora did not give me a franc. Even after my demise, the demise I told you I was beaten until, it's even Dr. Ayaba Cho who sent me 100,000 francs to go to the hospital to be treated. And up till now, I'm not still fine. The doctor told me I need 400,000 because I cannot run from here. I cannot run for 300 meters, and I don't. At times I breathe, and my breath cuts because that beating, as they beat me in my chest, there's a puncture here in my chest. I think I even have this thing here. I have a puncture. Why you look at it, you see that two different. I have a puncture in my chest, so I can't breathe for long, and all that. So even a franc they did not give me, but I didn't bother because I was not there for money. I knew that it's something we are setting up. We never knew they are going to take total control of it. Even after I left. So now imagine they launched. Dr. Sako launched what they call My Trip to Boya. That's the first project he launched. And in that project he launched, he said, if he does not deliver, I think in 8 months, he resigns. All true that those boys were fighting in Muyuka. No one single gun did not buy for them. No one single gun. I want to tell you the truth.
Yeah, this is what you are saying, but they will say you are talking government side of the story.
But I'm telling you what it is. If you want to know the testimony, it's just some of the fighters have. I think they are in DDR. They can say it. I have WhatsApp messages. I have all their messages. I talk with them all. If you want, I will be sending you the WhatsApp messages that I've been talking with them, even in groups. I have the groups in groups that they are there and where I complain. I'll just cite you an example of 2. The first one is that my trip to Boya. When I left, that was about after my demise, about 7 months after. People have been expecting deliverance. That's deliver what you said. My trip to Boya. They came out with the report. And the report showed that 95% of my trip to Boya money has been used. How? My fighters called me. Pa, we don't hear something. Imagine the boys are expecting that they will have a share of the, is it 1 billion francs, so that they buy their guns and order and continue. But 95% have been used without the diaspora having a franc in the camp.
The diaspora, they have camps in the diaspora? You mean the guys on the...
No, you know when we open those camps now, since they are the ones controlling, actually the controller from Tapa, Ivo and Mabareta to abroad, since they are the one controlling, we give the camps under them. So this one, I gave it under the diaspora. It was called the Black Mozart. The camp of Maker was called Black Mozart. Yes. At that time, the person was I think the defense person. There were two of them, Nsofoncha and Yifu Sangong. Those two people. So they had no franc. Even when I had my demise, I sent it to them. They promised to give me 50,000 francs. They never gave it to today. They never gave it to today. So if I tell you that they never gave a franc, and when I heard that report, I was marveled. I said, 95% of this amount of money out. I saw the report. I did not even use it for the defense, because the money was solely for defense. They used the money to pay bills, use the money to celebrate Sako's birthday, use the money to do many other things that did not concern defense. It pains me. So the fighters now, the morale of fighters already got low. And they said, Masa, mango fit it in so. I had to talk to, because in the group, in the FACO, we and the diaspora, were 4 of us who were controlling FACO. 3 in the diaspora, and I, the spokesman. You had Fombat, you have one they call Mola, and you have Cantona. We're in the group, 4 of us. They always convince me they will see what they will do. So I was just patient. They had to send 2 of my guys to Nigeria to go and get weapons. Commander Wazu and Colonel Hosla. They sent 2 of them to Nigeria to go and get weapons. And when they went to Nigeria, they were there for more than 2 months. They came back empty-handed. At this time, I'm telling you, we haven't got any AK-47. The guys were still using den guns. They came back empty-handed. I was very annoyed. I talked to Fombat. Why? What is going on? You leave fighters here, main fighters. You carry them to Nigeria, and they come back empty-handed. What's going on? They say, well, the person who was to give them those weapons, the person died.
Yeah, but you were fighting with guys. They consider you a traitor today.
Who considers me a traitor?
The guys who are still fighting.
No. Some of them are defected. Are you understand what I'm saying now? Some of them are DDR. Some of them have gone away. Because of what? You can't be fighting with an empty stomach. You can't be fighting with... The military has upgraded. The military uses all sorts of weapons, all sorts of modern weapons, and people without even a single AK. You expect to fight the military how? That's why most of them are killed now. Why would you prefer somebody to be killed than for the person to run? That's why most of them are killed. Because when the military comes, they get and just start shooting all of them. Maybe before you shoot one of these den guns, because they have a den guns that takes at most two bullets or 1 bullet. You shoot one before you want to do the other one. The military are taking you away. You get what I'm trying to say? So as I'm talking now, some of them already know I'm here. They are aware and they're watching me. And I told them, I'll be here today. And there are things I will say that will save people's life, because they've been using a lot. And I don't like it, because many of them are dying for lack of materials. Many of them are dying for lack of food. That's why I see many of them steal. Many of them now are into kidnapping, abduction, torture, and rape, and all those stuff of things. It's not because some of them were doing that before. They're doing that because they lack the means. Promises from the diaspora. Fake promises from the diaspora. They promised my trip to Buya. My trip to Buya came and failed. They themselves had all the money. So now the one I will tell you now, that really stuck my mind, that made me, I started having a shift. When they went out like that and came back without a weapon, they went again the second time. I want them. I told them, Fombat, these guys are going up like this. I don't want that they should come.
Fombat?
Fombat is, he was the, I think he's the diaspora coordinator of FACO forces.
Where is he?
He's in, I think he's in either Belgium or Britain. So he's in Britain. Yeah. All of them are that way. I'm the only one who is here. So they told me no, they are going to come back this time fine. The guys went. They made again 2 months. I was very annoyed. They came back with nothing. They only came back with materials bought by their own money. Not even the AKs they went to look for, but they bought they call them how they call these ones? I forgot the name. Yeah, they told me they bought them 800, 900 for one. They came with just 2 guns. And that day they came. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you now. The day they came, 2 days after, General Nambere made an audio in the morning. He said he blasts Sako. Sako has been fooling him, this and that. That audio went viral. Before we knew it, in the evening, General Nambere made another audio. That was a video, surely it was a video. He made a video and said, hey, Sako has given him 30 AKs. He's now fine, he's coming to fight because he was in Nigeria at that time. So what struck my mind was, how can somebody blast Sako in the morning? And in the evening, he presses Sako that Sako has given 30 AKs. I was worried, and I told from them in the group, all of them, Mola. I said, please, people should explain to me. My boys left Nigeria 2 to 3 days ago. They came with nothing. And you people have given Nambere 30 sticks.
Where's your family now? Are they in Muyuka?
My family is not in Muyuka. My family is in Douala.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are just there. It's just my children. My wife has abandoned me. She abandoned me with my children. She abandoned me to myself. So that's the situation of my family. And,
because of the struggle?
Well, I could say the struggle also contributed because the parents told me categorically that they don't know me. That they don't recognize me as their in-law. They don't recognize me as the wife of as the husband of their daughter. They told me in front of my mother. So I just had to pick up the pieces. So presently my children are in Douala here with my mother. When my mother goes to Muyuka, they remain here with my sister. They school here. She was one with them at first, but she left them, abandoned them, and went. Right. So now that I've gained my freedom, I'll be forced to be here with them at times, because I'm in Yaoundé now.
Were you under detention? You say you have gotten your freedom today. Were you under detention before?
Well, I was not under detention when I went to Yaoundé. I was made to understand that I am not, since I did not carry arms. Because normally I was supposed to DDR if I had arms, because DDR is for those who carry arms, to disarm you now and integrate you. They will free me, and they freed me. I sent you the video. Sure, he freed me. They told me I should go, and they saw it really that I had repented from being a fighter. So if I can go back to what I was saying before I continue, I don't know. Should I go back?
You may go back, but I want televiewers to understand what actually happened. You deserted and left and just sat and called the commissioner and say, "Sir Commissioner, I want hang boots."
Okay. I called him. When I called him, it's not like I was calling him because I consider myself free. I called him as a step. You see, since I was somebody who was being looked for.
Okay, they were looking for you.
Yes, they were looking for me. I could not just go to Boya like that. And I see that fear in me that if I pass anywhere, they're going to get me. So something told me that well, let me go to Yaoundé. I had to go to Yaoundé. It's just my spirit told me go to Yaoundé. I just took the courage and went to Yaoundé. I said, if you want to kill me, this is me. I want to just make you to know, if I could live here and come to Yaoundé, know that I've repented. So when they got me, they said that normally they know my history. Mm-hmm. They know my history very well. My name's in Yaoundé, and they said that if this man can have the courage to come here himself, if he himself can march and come here, then, and he shows really that he has repented from being a fighter, I don't think we should condemn him. That is how they released me. And the first video was even posted by the director of DDR himself in Yaoundé. It was posted in the government's page before people started sharing. Even before I posted it, people have told me that they've seen the videos online. So I was there with Colonel Emile Bankwi.
The population of Muyuka, they knew you very well. They knew what you were doing as far as the struggle is concerned. Are you calling them? Are you getting feedback from them? What are their feelings today?
Yeah, the population of Muyuka, really, if you ask me, I'll tell you that Muyuka is tired. The civilians call me. They are always in contact with me to tell me the way Muyuka is moving. It came to a point where they were tired of the guys. Because the guys that were there, what they were doing more of, I would say, abducting, kidnapping for ransom. They were doing terrible things that I myself, I used to call them, I tell them that I hear the stealing. Like if you go to Muyuka, most people who left Muyuka, their houses have been broken. I first of all thought they were thieves that were doing it, but we had evidences that they were fighters doing it. Even when the civilians were telling some of us, we never believed. But we believed, and we talked to some of them. They said they were sorry and all that. But for how long? How long? So if you ask Muyuka people now that, should they bring another ambassador camp in Muyuka, they will tell you no.
Is there no camp in Muyuka?
The present camp was dismantled. It was dismantled long ago. I think that Commander Wazizu was the one who was the commander of the camp. It was dismantled. But I don't. For now, since for about 5 months now, because I took the decision to leave 5 months ago. No. 5 months ago, I just had to be quiet. No more communication with them. I was just myself. But I said, but just sitting quiet, you are still on a risky position because anybody who sees you will not judge you from your heart. That's why I decided to take a move.
Yeah, but you decided to leave. Are you free today? Are you really free? You are not free from your former.
My boys, the thing is, that is why I'm telling you that I am here to educate them. Subsequently, there are certain things that I'll tell them because I told you of the first reason I told you about the motive. There are certain things I will explain to you the motive. They are deceiving them. The diaspora leaders are deceiving these boys.
Were you deceived?
Let me say I was influenced also. Had it been I knew. There is one person I will tell you, permit me to say this. There is one person I will tell you I honor a lot. Barrister Agwabala. Barrister Agwabala saw the end from the beginning of this revolution. You know, we also took him as one of the people who were like enablers. We were calling it traitor. But during the period I was thinking, I came to see that Barrister Agwabala took the best decision. When he was incarcerated, he was taken out. Normally people expected that he would join the struggle. That's when the struggle left from the strike. He left from the strike now to a revolution. People knew that he would normally move to revolution. He halted himself. When I was thinking, I discovered that he took the best decision. He knew why he could not continue. Because probably he might have known that the people who are handling, he cannot work with them. He might have known their history. Or from experience, he might have known them. And this is what we are having today. If you are current on the issue of what's happening in the Anglophone, as far as the world is concerned, if you are current on Facebook, you'll testify that there is no way forward from the diasporans. There is no way forward. They have no roadmap. They have nothing to end.
Yeah, but you are not in the diaspora. How are you too sure?
That is why I tell you that I talk with them every day.
And they told you that there's no way forward?
They cannot tell me. Why should you? When your motive is to read from people, can a thief go and tell his victim that he's coming to steal?
Are you saying that the diaspora is?
Many of them are thieves. I'm going to say it. They are thieves. They are using this Anglophone conflict as a means to make money, and that's why I'm telling you that they don't want the conflict to end. They don't want it to end because when it ends, many of them, the fame will go off, and they will not be able to make money again. So that's one of the main things that disturbs me. That people are benefiting, people are eating monies from there. Like I told you, the issue of my trip to Boya. If you are current with the situation, ask them and tell about the reports.
Yeah, I'm not a member.
That's what I'm saying. You're not current. So I'm telling you, like somebody who is an insider, someone who has worked with all of them, and I'll tell you proofs because I have all their WhatsApp chats in my phones. I keep everything, all their things I discuss with, I have them. Not things I'll just tell you that if you want to know, I send to you. I have your number. Once in a while, when I get something, I just send it to you. I hear this man talking to make you understand that even feeding, they cannot feed the boys. If they interview those boys in DDR, concerning the diaspora, you hear what they'll tell you. You think they went to DDR because the government bought them? The government did not buy them over. They went to DDR willingly. Someone like Kawa Yannick, when he decided to go to DDR, did you hear what he said over the media? They went there willingly because of what? what the diaspora have, you didn't hear what General Godi said about last week when he dropped his arms? You didn't hear what he said? He said the diaspora is fooling them. That's one of the persons who opened the first camps in Cuba with General Ivo and the rest. That General Godi, Imeme. He said the diaspora is fooling them and they are dying in numbers. When these guys die, how can you are fighting a military that has an arsenal. When I mean an arsenal, they have everything. And in a camp of about 100, you have only one AK-47. But yet there are promises from up there. They have also the promises they give. We'll give you guns. We'll give you guns. They cannot even feed. You give 100,000 francs for 1 month. The next month you come and give 1,000 for about 100 people. And you are claiming that you have a camp.
Yeah, but but you said the community was assisting now.
The community was assisting. That when the people fighters were being recruited, as time goes on, many people were entering into it. How will you feed the community? There was a time, even if it is you, and Amba will meet you, give me 100,000, you give. Another one will come again, give me 50,000. Will you not bore you? Let's be the truth. Won't you be tired? So the community was getting tired. Not now. That is what has caused many black flags to be in this revolution now, because they are making people to be given now. Since they know that people can no longer support, what they do is they abduct you. And once they abduct you, even if you don't have, you must pay. If you don't have, they'll go and borrow. It's just like somebody who has a visa and doesn't have money to go out. They go out for the money. And what I'm telling you, they are listening. They know. I told some of the yesterday. I called some of the yesterday. Because they have told them, the diasporas have told them, don't pick this man's number again. He's a traitor. Now, I'm not a traitor. I've decided to take my position.
Yeah, but how do you convince people that you have not been given money by the government?
How can you say, because I'm giving you some reasons. I'm trying to give you some reasons that make me, I decided to stop the fight.
Yeah, but these reasons, those who are still fighting, they still live the same experience that they are sharing here.
They live the experience, and that's why they live every day. They live just last week, 2 people resigned now. And you know, they are living every day. Every day they are living. Don't be surprised as I'm here now today. You see over the TV again at 2 have resigned. And the truth is that, let me tell you the truth. When you hear there is a camp like how you had a camp of 100 people, go there now. You know meet up to 4. You know meet up to 4. Many of them have gone. Many of them have been killed. Many of them have run away. Some have gone. Very few have gone to DDR. And they will tell you the same thing. Diaspora don't the fool we. They don't the fool we will not be noticed as something with it. Can you imagine when you tell somebody there is material to of 1.1 billion that will be used for you people? And at the end, yet 95% have been used and nothing have come to people. I told them, I said people have never bought a gun for FACO. FACO has been sponsored by communities.
But you said you were the spokesperson.
That is why
Is Gabonese not the spokespersons for FACO?
Okay, now that's why I was coming to the second issue of the Nambere, when Nambere made that video. When Nambere made that video and said outside, I called them now in the forum. I said, I told Canton and the rest. You should tell me, these guys left Nigeria yesterday. 2-3 days ago. They came out with nothing that people gave them. And now Nambere is saying you can give him 30 AKs. He's very happy that he's coming back to fight. How do those things correlate? Meanwhile, FACO has been down. You have never bought an AK for Muyuka. They might have bought for Ekona and Rasabe. Muyuka and Yoke, they have not bought anything for Muyuka and Yoke. And they have not bought anything for Muyuka and Yoke. Then now you tell me that you have given Nambere 30 AKs. How do these things correlate? Do you know what they did? They took me off and now appointed Gabonese. They discovered that I've started seeing certain things that I'm not happy. They took me off. And how did they take me off? They are not the ones who appointed me. I was elected by the Council of Generals. General Popo, General Daniel, all of them, all the generals in FACO, I was elected by them. But now look at what happened now. Since we put the camp under them now, they are the ones now who appoint. They had that to remove me and put Gabonese as a spokesperson. They use a trick and say Gabonese spokesperson of FACO made Black Tag Council. They started by forming that council. FACO made Black Tag Council. Let's not be activists. FACO. And they put in spokesman there. That's how they used now and started working with him. Seeing that I have known what is happening.
Is Gabonese now, man? Why did you not tell him that? How this thing passed?
You know, I cannot judge him because Gabonese have been. I can show you all video or WhatsApp chat between me and Gabonese. I've been complaining to Gabonese since. I said it for the full. Gabonese even told me one time that Mo leave him. Even in my trip were issue. When I heard it, I was baffled. I called Gabonese. Gabonese told me that Mo leave the team. When independence will come, we go judge all another time. I begin to ask myself, what if they are dead? What if some of them refuse to come? I begin to ask myself, is there something going on? I started reasoning. The very Gabonese himself, who told me that the Sako IG faction owes them. If I tell you things, you marveled.
Okay. So, but are you communicating with your quarter guys in Muyuka? And you said they are tired, but they may be deceiving you that they are tired because you can't see their minds now.
I would tell you that they are tired because they are not even in Muyuka again.
Okay, they all left?
They have run. Many of the names I know them. They have run. Muyuka now, if you want to count Muyuka, fighters are in Muyuka. They are not many. They have run. They have abandoned, and the rest might have joined the Ekona sport. They have run. Even the Yoke camp. Many are not there again. They have gone. No weapons. Nothing. You can't, even if it is you, when the heat is on, you are fighting and your opponent is upgrading. Your opponent is upgrading. You are standing at the same spot. What will you do at the end? You will leave.
Is the population of Muyuka looking forward to receiving you back in the community in the days ahead?
The truth is that, like I told you, the population of Muyuka supported the struggle when they began. They supported it very well. They were very happy. They were very happy, but the actions of these boys made them very grieved.
Which boys? They are your friends now?
That is what I'm saying. Their actions, the way they started behaving now, because of promises that they're receiving and they are not having money. Some of them, you know, one of the things that made some of these fighters, some of them originally, they came from different domains. Some were thieves, some were dealers, and also some decided some took it as an avenue to hide under the canopy as a fighter, to do his things. You see? So, I'll tell you that when you control people, it's normal that you take responsibility for actions. You see, but you can't control somebody. The world is in a situation whereby the government could stand if a military man commits an offense. The government can punish the military man. But if an Amba fighter commits an offense, who will punish him? There's no law. You have not captured a territory that you say that, as I've captured this territory, anybody that commits this offense, you bring him to that territory, let them keep him there. Who punish? Even the diasporas who say they're controlling them. Who leave and come and punish them here? It's just to make you know everything is a hoax. This issue of independence is a hoax. Subsequently, I'll tell you.
When did you discover that it was a hoax?
That is why I've told you that I have many things that I have sought in the revolution that when I tell people, when I start analyzing and telling you, you use your head and discover that these people up there are making money. They are there to make money and fame.
Is that a problem? The fact that they are making money and they are not sending...
No, not that they are not sending to me. When I mean they are making money is that that's a sole agenda now. It was not like that. In the days of Sisiko Ayutabe, it was not like that. But subsequently, I started seeing that is what they are doing. That's why you see infighting everywhere. And what causes infighting? Money. Killing of fighters on Ground Zero. You have like the 39 fighters, Dr. Sako ordered that they should be killed. How can you kill people who defend the text because you are in conflict with your own colleague?
The Sako has never accepted that?
He has never accepted how? There are evidences to that. That we sent out to show he is who ordered their killings. Because at the end, he never made a statement. At the end, he said they should ask La Republique. If he said they should ask La Republique, implies you have a business with La Republique now. How can they ask you about fighters? Because on that very day, they killed Fon. Fon was the only one who was operating all these big war materials. But they killed Fon. You have captured fighters. Fighters came. You claim that fighters have come to attack Chacha. You captured them. Why you capture somebody in war? Why kill the person? You tell the person drop your weapons. All of them drop their weapons.
So what is the message? We are out of time. Do you have a message for the people of Muyuka that you have?
Well, what I will say is that I would not just full of Muyuka, because when you limit it to Muyuka, it's as if Muyuka is the only place that I should be. It is everywhere.
You were working in Muyuka.
In South Cameroon. I was working in Muyuka, but I no longer work there because of the conflict. And I'm not bound to work only in Muyuka.
Okay. I
can work anywhere in the country. Even like if I want to look for a job, I can start a job. I have to look for a job either Yaoundé, Douala, or anywhere I can get a job. Yes. I might go to Muyuka anytime I want. But what I would tell them is that we all believed in this conflict. We knew what we were looking for. We believed that we are looking for independence. But what the diasporans have made us to understand is that it's a scam. There is no independence they are looking for. They are all working for their belly. They are all working for their belly. And you ask me that, is it because money is not coming to me? No. How can I be devoted and looking for something and you're looking for something else? Then why should I continue following the thing? I should defect.
Okay, they're looking for money?
Yes, they're working for their personal interest. Let me not just say money, personal interest. Not for the interest of the boys. Because if it was for the interest of the boys, you can't be controlling a camp of 100 people and you have just 2 guns. Or 1 gun, one. There are camps that they have no gun, They have just 10 guns. And at this moment they are using 10 guns. How? How? They are working for their personal interest.
So what are you telling the population now?
I'm telling the population that the population believed on the struggle for independence. But I would just like to tell them that there is no struggle for independence. Yeah, they're believing in something that all of us would believe in. I believe in the struggle of independence. But today I've seen that they are not fighting for independence. And that is why you will see them. They prefer fighting each other. Either you hear the Sako group and its people are fighting the Ayaba group. The Ayaba group is fighting the Ayaba group is fighting the Siseku, or the Sako is fighting the Siseku, and all that.
Okay. Nnabi Valery Ekwele, a former separatist, we are glad to have received you on the point this evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leonard, and I think as far as I'm available, I'm at your service.
Okay. We also want to thank you who took time off to watch the program. I read all your comments. Many persons see that we have been paid by government to do what we are doing. I'm not sure that we have been paid. We are just doing our job. If I saw money, I would take it. I'm also looking for money. I'm very broke. So, but we are glad that you watched the program. We also want to say thank you for you to coming all the way. I know you are not in town. You told me when you were taking off from where you are. We also want to say we are grateful that you came, and to the production team. Eli, today is a Sunday. People are resting. We are here working. And to you, Desmond, we also say thank you to you. Bertrand and Noel, we say thank you to you. Tabi Nambere, who is supervising the work we do out here, we equally say thank you to you, and to you. Mike and Kaiser, Michelle, stay blessed. Bye-bye.